Sleeper cell activation code. LARP.
Admin Airsoft.
If you can hear us, please,
Admin Airsoft.
please save me.
All Airsofters, find your mom's credit card and use my affiliate links.
Can't just battle me.
Kick back, relax, and enjoy the Admin Airsoft podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to episode 1 of the Admin Airsoft podcast. I cannot believe that we are here and we're doing this. Guys, if you're watching this, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. Like I said, I finally had some time to work on this. I've been meaning to do this for a while. It's been months in the making. And so to be here is just, it's truly, truly heartwarming. Thank you for embracing me as a community. Thank you for embracing me as a human being. And thank you for embracing me as the autistic man that I've always been. I appreciate you guys. Kind of kicking this off and introducing this. What is this? I have no idea, to be honest with you. You know, when asked about why I'm doing this, I talk to myself a lot. And so I figured, why not talk into a microphone? Why not monetize myself so I can make money off of you, get clicks, get more views, and accumulate a following online that will eventually mean nothing when I'm on my deathbed. That was kind of like the idea behind this. In all seriousness, I like to talk airsoft. I like talking to you guys about this hobby. And so thus this podcast was kind of born. You know, I'm trying this out. We're going to see if this works or not. I'm sure there's going to be some rough patches. If you want me to improve upon certain stuff, if you want some stuff to change, let me know. And I can try to work that in. You know, moving forward, potentially, I would love to have guests on here. I've talked to a few of you already about the possibility of that. Please understand that this is just going to be my pretty shitty take on airsoft and my opinions that really mean nothing in terms of bigger picture. When it comes to more detailed oriented stuff, I'm not that smart when it comes to stuff like that. You're going to find out really quickly. You're going to be like, wow, why am I following and keeping up with this human being? He's got terrible opinions. He doesn't know how to speak. He doesn't know how to articulate a sentence. He stumbles over his words like he just did. So just keep that in mind. Ideally, I would like to bring people in who are much more well-versed on certain topics, like gear, tactics. I really can't speak to that. This is just going to be kind of a bird's eye view of my opinion on the airsoft community and certain topics that you guys, the viewers, have sent in on the Discord and on Instagram. So yeah, moving forward, we'll kind of see what this turns into, if it turns into anything at all. For the time being, if you're watching this on Spotify, if you are listening to this on YouTube, please subscribe, follow, like, comment, do all that stuff. This will kind of help the algorithm, which of course, as you know, is not a fan of anything toy gun related. Even just saying the word gun probably just raise some flags on YouTube and at Spotify. So your like or your comment is greatly appreciated. Hopefully this is on Spotify. I spent 30 minutes just now setting up that account. So fingers crossed that you're listening to it on there. Or if you're here on YouTube, welcome to the podcast, episode 1 of the Admin Airsoft podcast. Yeah, like I said, let me know how I can improve. I've got kind of like a janky setup. I'm looking at my iPhone with my $15 Amazon mic. So if this takes off and people want more, production will obviously increase. All right, so moving on. I was at North vs. South last weekend. I was finally able to meet the man, the myth, the legend, Combat Casual. If you don't know who that is, pause this podcast right now. Go to Instagram, go to Facebook, go to YouTube, go to any of those social media websites and look up Combat Casual. This guy, I've been following him for give or take a year now. I genuinely believe that he puts out some of the best video airsoft related content out there right now. He's an absolute must follow. He's at Milsom West's. He's at kind of smaller events that we were at last weekend in Ocala, Florida. The dude is everywhere and makes some amazing content. And him and I and the Airsoft Correspondent, another person that you should be following, are going to be collaborating a lot this year. I'm looking to hit up a Milsom West event, probably looking at my big ass calendar here. Second half of the year to do some media. I plan on going as press with those two. We're going to have our cute little press kits on. and be the Gilmore girls running around with cameras and stuff like that. So very much looking forward to collaborating and working with them moving forward. Again, going back to guests, it could happen, guys. Stay tuned. But anyways, yeah, North versus South of Ocala, Florida. Went there and ran the roadie kit with my boys. I'll try to throw a photo up here if I have the technical knowledge on how to do that. Great time. Guys, wear shorts. Just run shorts. If you live in a hot climate and you are complaining about the humidity, your legs are scratchy from that rough fabric kind of like scratching your soft, delicate airsoft skin, take off the pants, put on some shorts. All right? It's $10 at $15 at Target. All right? I promise you it is worth it. Having that breeze hit your soft, delicate legs when you're running around a field is words don't even begin to describe how good it feels. So I was able to run that roadie kit. Wayne's World paintball field, which was the first one for me. Very, very dense, thick forests with a little bit of kind of, I don't know, like some buildings kind of spread around the field. Had a great time. I would definitely go back for like a larger event. It was about a 2-hour drive for me. But I went Saturday with the boys. Amazing time. Big shout out to New Breed and Dead End Outfitters for an amazing event. All around, great time. Was able to meet Combat Casual for the first time. Like I said, him and I were able to film, kind of make some content. You're going to see that stuff throughout the week. Everyone was well behaved. There wasn't a whole lot of crying. There was a few times where people would get a little upset when you would, because it was so dense that you would shoot someone, but you would kind of know that there were guys like around them, and so you would see like a piece of bare skin and like right through this like 1x1 inch of like foliage. You would shoot at that, and then there would be some man-child being like, "Oh, I'm hit already. I'm a dead regs." It's like, dude, come on, man. We can't see you. Like, this is dense forest, bro. I'm sorry for shooting you, but at the same time, just lie down or stand up and walk away if you've bled out, right? So I felt a little bad about that, but at the same time, it's like, come on, man. You're going to live, but like getting overshot obviously sucks. But honestly, besides that, amazing time. Roadie kit has been, I've been running that for about a year now. I get a lot of questions about that. I obviously put out a video kind of breaking down the kit, I don't know, like last week. It's a great time. Roadie kit is a freeing experience. Brushstroke is a beautiful camo, especially down here in Florida. It works really well. As long as you don't mind the fire ants, the mosquitoes, the poison ivy, the dirt, the mud, what other insect that might attach itself to your bare skin, shorts are a great time. So definitely was a fun time running with the crew for North versus South. So thanks again to Dead End Outfitters. Thanks again to New Breed Airsoft for putting on that event. Was definitely worth the 2-hour drive up there. So for the kind of first few podcasts, I do want to keep this like within 30, 40 minutes, maybe just like a nice bite-sized chunk of slop for you guys. Not planning on going like crazy anytime soon with like an hour and a half long yap sesh, if you will. So in order to kind of drag this out, I had you guys send in over Instagram and Discord some topics and some questions for me to talk about and give my shitty 2 cents on. So I'm sorry, I'm double fisting a computer and an iPad here at the same time that are both about to run out of battery. Let's all go to Discord. All right, so looking at the Instagram poll that I put out a few days ago, I think there's like 3 or 4 people both on Instagram and on Discord who wanted to discuss kind of like the current state of airsoft, or as one person called it, the state of LARP, if you will. I would say as a community, we're in a pretty good spot right now. I don't foresee, nor have I seen a lot of issues arriving within the past year or so. If you have, I would love to know what you guys have seen. I mean, despite the obvious kind of like just airsoft being airsoft, it's a good time to be an airsofter, I will say. You know, we had SHOT Show, I think it was a SHOT Show or whatever airsoft version of SHOT Show was. A couple months ago, some cool gas blowback weapons. LCT's releasing their M60 version, which I hope to God they update their internals. LCT, if you can hear us, please, LCT, upgrade your internals from 10 years ago. Please, your externals are so good, but your internals are just not that good. Please, I'm begging you, LCT, please come save us. That was cool to see. Love seeing that. I'm sure there's a million other things that I missed. Events-wise, I would say we're eating pretty good. I do want to get out to Europe. So I follow this content creator. It's two of them, actually. The French Airsoft correspondent and Tac Frog, I think, are both of them. They're putting out some amazing stuff when it comes to European Airsoft. I think it's France or Spain. I can't remember specifically because I'm an arrogant American. I'm an ignorant American, as you can tell by the way I just butchered that saying. They have got some truly amazing stuff happening over there. Those milsims that they put on, I think, I forget the name. I'll have to put it up if I'm able to. Tanks, like drones dropping grenades, blank firing. It's like kind of like their version of Milsim West, if you will. I know Milsim West was over in Spain not too long ago. So wanting to get over to Europe, I don't know when, I don't know how, to be honest with you, would be a dream come true for sure. I will say the one thing I have seen recently is about a year ago, you saw Garantham, Blue Jean Operator, Administrative Results get into the airsoft scene, which is cool. I love seeing that. They brought a lot of great people from the kind of real steel community over to our shitty airsoft community. And for the most part, it's been great. I will say like 90% of the people who have kind of come over to the dark side, if you will, realize that you're playing like a expensive Nerf game, essentially, right? They're not taking it too seriously. They realize that they're here to have fun. They realize that there's kind of some training that can happen. There's a little bit of crossover. They both overlap a little bit. And so they can get their reps in. They can work some CQB, whatever. They can do some more rucking and force training at like some bigger milsims. I love to see that. That's great. 95% of the people who I've met, awesome people, really cool people. We're so fortunate to have this community of airsoft continuing to grow. Love to see it. I will say, and this might just be my opinion, there's like 5%. There's a very small percentage. It's not a lot of people. 5% that come in, kind of trickle on over from the firearms community into our small pond of airsofts, and they take it way too seriously. It's like, brother, you're playing a game where you play dress up and you play with a toy gun. We don't need to get that deep into it. You can just say, hey, I'm having a really fun time playing airsoft. Say it with me. Hey, I'm having a fun time playing airsoft. See, it's not that hard. Just say you want to have fun. You don't need to come over here and be like, oh, well, I'm playing airsoft so I can run my real plates and get my reps in and really work my CQB and pie that corner. Like, listen, that's there. Airsoft is what you put into it, all right? Again, it's a great way to train. If you don't have access to a gun range, I get ammunition is expensive. Great way to kind of like run those reps and get those movements in. Thumbs up to that. If you're someone who kind of comes over here and you're taking it, I'm not quite sure how to word this. You know what I'm talking about. Like, you've seen that person. They take it too seriously. It's like when you're running around the field and you kind of like, you meet that person and you get behind them and they're like, all right, I'm going to pie the right corner. And then you're going to go in. It's like, hey, whoa, buddy. We're playing dress up. All right, have fun, be competitive. We don't need to take it to that level, man. All right. You know the type of guy that I'm talking about. He's hard to explain, but he's out there. You don't see him a lot. And to be honest, he doesn't stick around for a long time because he doesn't realize that this is a stupid game that you just have fun with, right? By all means, take it seriously, be competitive, have fun, but don't take it so seriously to the point where like you're not enjoying yourself and you're using this as like a classroom type scenario, if that makes sense. Again, that might just be my shitty opinion. If you disagree with me, totally fine. Let me know down below. I'd love to hear kind of like what you guys think and if you've met that guy in person. I hope that you haven't. I've only met him like once or twice at like bigger Milsim events. But yeah, State of LARP, 2 thumbs up. I'm liking it. I'm enjoying it. You know, I really don't have like a whole lot of negatives to speak on yet. That could change. But yeah, just say that you enjoy playing airsoft. It's okay to say. You don't need an excuse to like dress up and have fun. All right, next topic coming from Instagram. This was from Bash Ghosty. He brought up the topic of retro modern weapons. Bash Ghosty, another, he's a very talented photographer. Another guy who I met at North versus South. I've met a few times. He's a Florida boy. Go check him out too. Very talented photographer. And I talked to him in person last weekend too about like having a retro firearm, right? Like I've got 2 behind me, like an RPD, you know, like a Stoner, AKM, M16. Got the FAL coming back here soon. And then modernizing it to a degree where, like attachments wise, right? Maybe you throw kind of like a more modernized stock. Maybe you have a PEC foregrip of some kind. There's 2 people that come to mind instantly when I'm talking about kind of like retro modern guns. The first one being, and I have to look them up because I don't want to get this wrong, Scooby Tack on Instagram has some really cool kind of like retro firearms in my opinion. He's got some great kind of like M4, M16 builds. He's got like, I'll try to throw a photo up. He's got kind of like this stubby, I want to say it's like an M16 with the, I'm going to call it like the Scarface tube on it. I forget like the technical term for it. He's got that. He's got a few other builds that you should definitely go check out. I'm a fan of. That's really inspired me to do kind of some more Metro Last Light is a good game. Modern retro builds. I will say the king of it though is his Instagram is Firing Device Electric M57. This guy's the king when it comes to retro builds. I mean, I could literally have like a whole podcast just talking about like him and his builds. I'm going to leave it up to you guys to go to his Instagram page and see what I'm talking about. But those are 2 guys that instantly kind of come to mind in terms of the retro modern builds. Me personally, like if you couldn't tell, I'm a huge fan. I've met a few people who do not like the look of retro modern weapons. I don't know why. I don't agree with them, but they are out there. They're walking amongst us, if you will. And like there's a few people who are like kind of elitist in their opinions where they're like, oh well, you should keep like an older gun, more retro gun like that, retro, like nothing on it at all. It's like, hey, my brother, you know what the opposite of attachment is? Detachment. So you can take stuff off the gun and it's still going to be retro in all respect, right? I personally don't understand the problem with it. I love it. There's not a lot of people that I met like that. A lot of people are all for it. It's becoming very trendy nowadays. I love seeing it. So at the end of the day, it's your gun. So do what you want with it. All right, moving over to the Discord. We had some people submit some topics and questions. Water and heat strokes is a constant problem in the airsoft community. The fact that we're still talking about this day in and day out surprises the ever-living hell out of me. If you're a competent adult, you know that you should be drinking water. If you live in a hot, sweaty, humid climate, you know that you should be drinking water. That being said, there's been way too many people who I've talked to who are like, oh, I drank some Coke this morning. I should be fine. I don't know why I'm feeling like this. I had like 6 cans of Coke. I don't know why I'm feeling like this. Hey, my guy, you're drinking poison, all right? Put the Coke down. Put the processed sugar down. Mother Nature has made water for you. Just drink that, all right? You can tell that I'm a little elitist in my views when it comes to Coke and what our government has done to our food and drink. Especially down here in Florida and Texas, kind of where I first started to play. Especially in the summer, heat strokes are unfortunately very common. Should definitely be taken seriously. Please drink your water. Please get the proper nutrients that you need inside of you. Pause. In order to keep playing and not collapse of a heat stroke. I think I didn't attend this event, but a few of my buddies did. I think it was Operation Cassavac. I forget who hosted the event. It was down here in Florida, and there was the second half of that day. I was told that there was a ton of heat casualties throughout the day, which is just a bummer. You just hate to see it. You know, if you've played for any amount of time, you know that your kits that you're constantly working on and tweaking really isn't complete until it has like at least a water bottle, man. At least have like a water bottle on your kit, if not multiple water bottles. I personally run some liquid IV. I think that's great. I'll have like a water bottle, which is just water, and then I'll have another one, which is liquid IV to get some electrolytes in. I live and die by that. Liquid IV, if you can hear this. Liquid IV, if you can hear me, please sponsor me. Liquid IV. Liquid Death also just made some like electrolyte mix, which I will 100% be picking up. So yeah, don't go to the hospital and drink water. Another Discord topic that came up was the discussion of indoor and outdoor fields and kind of comparing the two in a way, if you will. I realize that this is kind of a vague topic. Looking at the Discord right now, which if you're not in, you should join. The opinion was that both are good, right? Being a milsim player, I like my outdoor fields, right? I tend to stick to outdoors because events, BTA, DV8, that's just where they are. They're outdoor. You know, if I lived in an area, I'm kind of more of a city, I'm sure indoor play would be more prevalent. You know, we have CIA down here in Tampa. Great indoor fields. They're constantly changing stuff up. Houston had the EVIC outposts. I saw the old one. I did not make it to the new one, which, I mean, it seems like the videos and then the media that I've seen from that field, it seems like a great time. You know, I feel like indoor fields, and the same can be said about outdoor fields. I've realized this, is that if you run in indoor fields like enough, you kind of like understand like, okay, like this is how the field plays. If I can get to this point at this lane, I can kind of lock this whole field down. Again, the same can be said about outdoor fields, right? You know, if I get to a certain building and I get to a second story, a third story, you can essentially lock down a spawn. You know, Farbles in the Discord, I'm reading what he said. He says, outdoor for longer play, indoor for ripping games and kind of more quicker matches. Totally agree. I think that's a great way to put it. He also says that having AstroTurf indoors is a good move, which I totally agree with. That way you're not slipping and sliding around on floor BBs. You know, outdoor games at BTA typically run, you know, a bit longer, probably 30, 40 minutes. Indoor games, you can just kind of pop them off like that. So are you, guys, comment down below. Are you an indoor or an outdoor airsoft player? Please help me feed the algorithm. My family is starving to death. Yeah, like I said, those are coming from Instagram and Discord. Big shout out to everyone who submitted topics to talk about. Like I said, in the future, hoping to have some people on to kind of get more in-depth opinions. Like I said, this is just kind of my 2 cents. My opinion doesn't mean shit. If I offended you, I'm sorry. Please love me. My happiness is derived from the amount of clicks that I get on a post. So please like, comment, and subscribe. Guys, this is the first episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed sitting here talking to y'all and kind of talking about what you guys came up with. If you're listening to this on Spotify, I don't know how that works. Follow. Maybe if there's a rating system, give me 1 star out of 5. Actually, please don't do that. Please give me 5 stars. If you are on YouTube, feel free to subscribe. If there is a topic that you want me to talk about in the next episode, comment down below. Join the Discord. I have a podcast channel set up where you can drop some topics about kind of what you want to see here. I'm sure there's tons of room for improvement on this as well. If there's something you want to see, if there's a way that you think I can improve, guys, please, I'm an open book. Let me know. That being said, if you want to support this page, I have some links down below that you guys can use. If you shop EVIC, I have an affiliate link. Code admin airsoft for 5% off on SS Airsoft, and you can use my affiliate link with them. Code admin partners for 10% off Blue Mag Airsoft and 15% off Scum Customs. And of course, shop our sponsors, PTS. That's a great way to support me and my family. Please, they are starving. I have children to feed. Guys, that's it for episode 1. Thank you for stopping by. This was a short one. Just want to kind of test run and maybe work out some kinks. Episode 2 will probably be out next week. I'm hoping to do this weekly. We'll see if that schedule actually holds up or not. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the field.
You can just battle me.